Today I'm going to go over topic maps, and I have a user submitted topic map who commented and asked me, can you create a topic map for free for me, please, since you offered? So I did. Hello, for those that don't know me, I am Andrew Ansley, the Director of Marketing for Helium SEO and the co-founder of Content Sprout, the AI content creation tool and research tool. So let's just dive right on in. Let me show you real quick. Thank you to, who was it? I said, 5 days ago, I commented, if you want a free topic map, I charge $1,000 to $20,000, depending on the complexity. Now, for those of you that are like, that's bullshit, $20,000 is a lot of money, I agree. But if you're trying to take over a large industry and you want a certain level of complexity, 20,000 makes sense. So for this one, we are not going that hard for a topic that was free. I'm sorry. I'm giving you a broad topic map. It can be narrowed down further. It can be improved further, but it covers everything you need. And if you just start here, you'll dominate the niche. So thank you to, who was it? Yeah, Tutorialis Pro. Really grateful for everyone that has been commenting, everyone that's been liking, all of the people that have been engaging in my channel. I mean, I just started this and, have got good views, guys. Thanks. So if you want to learn more, I'll just say this: how to create a topic map for entity SEO and the over-the-shoulder entity SEO analysis are going to be the videos to look at. I'll put those at the end of this video. So let's dive on in. First off, let me explain, and we'll just do a broad overview of what we're working with. So first thing is we have virtual privacy networks. I didn't know anything about this niche, but I put this together and it's really cool. It's very comprehensive. So when I put this together, I do a broad overview. So we have the definition and purpose, technical components. Let's see here. Yeah, security and privacy. These are the main topics. Use cases, user journey. Now, user journey, I put in here more. I'll explain why when I go into that specific section. It is not technically part of a traditional topic map. Choosing a VPN service is the next major section. Then the last major one is setting up and using a VPN. So the rest of these are diving in and kind of fleshing those out. So let's flesh them out. And for those that don't know what a topic map is the way that you are structuring content in order to be logical, hierarchical, and it allows for algorithms, like for instance the ones that Google uses, to process your information in a way that helps them understand what your site is about, and it improves the likelihood that you will become an authority. So I know a lot of people, when I talk to them, a lot of the people that are pushing back on, hey, I don't want to write content and all these things, I get it. You're not going to make money on those things. But in this day and age, it's not about just making money. It's about truly providing an ecosystem where you are able to connect all of the concepts and ideas so that, one, it helps the user and it increases the likelihood that you'll have a satisfied searcher, preventing them from even needing to go back to Google, which means thumbs up, you're good. If you have read the documents from the lawsuit that Google's being sued, by the way, it's a confirmation from Google's team that, if anything, they're using more user data than we even kind of thought. And the Yandex leak, I put on my Facebook, I translated all that and identified the ones that were most important. The thing that I had said back then, too, is that it's remarkable how much user data is part of this algorithm. We don't know the weights that are applied, but user feedback is important. So providing an ecosystem around that satisfies the user is going to be great. Keep this in mind as well. Google's trying to understand the topic, and it's trying to understand your website. A topic map is a way to do that. If you have all that connected in your own universe, then it will be very abundantly clear what your site's about. So if you want to do double check your work whenever you're making topic maps, whenever you receive a topic map, Wikipedia is a good place to go. Let's dive in. Definition and purpose. So this is kind of the most fundamental. What is it? What's the historical context? What is it in the modern digital landscape? What is the key VPN components? These are the things that are the number one areas of focus. Why use one? Super important. How do they work? Super important. Types, yes. Now you can process, when I said that I had a broad one, you can process these subcategories. I'm only processing the main topics. Now, all of these, I don't know VPNs, but it looks super great, and especially after I did all this research. So VPN servers and locations. We have the importance of their locations. We have the impact of the servers on VPN performance. That's super interesting. This stuff is not going to be helpful for a user, but it is helpful for Google. If you can connect concepts that Google has, we'll call it ambiguous connections, then you get rewarded. So, by the way, rank brain, things like that were created because of the existence of ambiguous connections and meaning. So an entire algorithm back in 2018 was launched and it was earth-shattering, blah, blah, blah. And just use our noggin here. Disambiguating things for Google is a good thing. All right, so we have VPN security features, usage scenarios, again, legal and ethical aspects. I wouldn't focus too heavily on the ethical aspects, but the legal part, we're talking about security, and that is important. So next, choosing the right one, setting up one, advanced concepts. Cool. So technical components, this is going to be super important because anytime you can approach a topic map where you're focusing on topics from a scientific angle, it's going to allow you to talk about things in a way that is very thorough. So we have encryption technologies, the protocols, symmetric versus asymmetric, encryption strengths and keys, the different modes. We have protocol performance, security features, server infrastructure, network architecture, VPN topologies, platform compatibilities, security features, great. Now we have security and privacy, fundamentals. So the fundamentals, I'm going to go over this stuff pretty quickly, and I don't want to spend too much time. The idea here is I will at least spend enough time so you can pause the screen, you can look at it, and you can ask yourself the questions based on these principles that I'm telling you. You want to approach the topic from every angle. You want to process the topic through every possible way. You want to make it as clear as possible to Google. You know, who is this for? What is it? Why is it? When is it? How is it? Can it? Does it? Was it? You know, like all those things. So just keep that in mind. We have more security features. I will make a statement about this. You'll notice, okay, we have legal considerations here. We have more advanced stuff down here. We have security features again. That's not a bad thing. So keep this in mind. The context of security features or the way that we talk about security features in the cluster that is, or the hub that is technical components will be different in the way that we talk about it from security and privacy. We can do both without cannibalization. So don't just delete, if you get a topic map or you're making a topic map and you find that you're getting some redundancies at the end, that's okay. Because your job first, before you just go off and delete it, is how do I apply a little bit of magic where I can do something that applies a specific context and allows me to tackle that subject. So let's keep on going. Server infrastructure, device platform capabilities, yes. Security, privacy, we already did this. Use cases. This one's going to be super important. How it's being used. We've covered the definition, the purpose of it, general purpose. We've covered the technical aspects. We've covered the number one attributes, which is security and privacy. It is a virtual privacy network. It's all about securing things and keeping things private. Now we need to talk about how is it used. And this is going to be, I think, money for anyone who wants to use this topic map. Use cases for virtual privacy networks. We have business and corporate, entertainment and media, personal privacy. So talk about all these, streaming content. You can get so narrow. You can say, if you want to stream, let's say, you'd probably have to use Google Trends for this, but if there's some new show that's only out in England and you're in America and you want to stream it, I'm sure that's going to be a trending search. Write a topic on that, put it in the cluster that's around entertainment and media access underneath use cases. Great. Perfect. That leverages, freshness. So great, great, great. Oh, and side note, my friend and one of my mentors, who is responsible for tens of millions of dollars worth of revenue through his strategies. He is an inspiration to me for what he has been able to do. He created a method to be, I think it's the one that people are using today, but he's the one that the whole thing with Google News being popular and people trying to get Google News approved, that was him. And if you want to leverage these sorts of queries where, like I just said, with that example of such and such movie that's, I want a VPN or how do I get it? You can write content, and if you want that to show up in Google News, get some easy traffic, get that popularity signal, and capture freshness, he is the guy. And I'm actually going to invite him on in probably a week or two, maybe a week. And I don't know if he'll go over that because that one's kind of, really important. But we'll go over some of the stuff and be on the lookout. So keep that in mind. That's one of the strategies you can use in order to leverage these sorts of trending searches. Now I'm going to keep going. Entertainment, media access, educational research purposes, travel and international connectivity. I would have never thought of these on my own. Technical and development work, advocacy and activism, user journey. User journey is helping you. Basically, you want to make sure that you're processing or that you're covering every stage of the user journey. So this isn't actually part of a normal topic map. I've included it for the sake of illustrating a point. The point is, make sure that every stage of the user journey is covered inside of your articles or inside of your website. And this is just helping you. Okay, what is it? That's part of awareness, obviously. Personal and online risks. Cool. This is more of a guide to make this topic map even more useful. So I'm going to skip this. We have many stages, though: implementation, proficiency, advocacy. Choosing a VPN service. This is important because there's a concept called sentiment or sentiment shift. And while this is only touching on a certain piece of it, what I would do if this was me is I can take all this content after I've structured definition, technical components, security, use cases. I can now process choosing a VPN provider or service, and I can basically try to connect that to a very specific way of choosing a VPN provider. Great. If it happens to be the way that my site is optimized for, maybe I will win and reap some rewards. So there are other strategies included in that. I'm not going to go through them. So assessing them, comparing them for specific needs, how to make the decision. So the last one here is setting up and using a VPN, and that one's going to just be intro to configuring it, choosing the right one, installation guides, the protocols, configuring the connection, maintaining its performance, securing it, usage scenarios, once again, managing your VPN account, and user education and support. You don't need to use all of these. They're here if you want them. Next, I have broad categories. I'm doing this for illustrative purposes. For turtles. I'm doing this for turtles. So privacy and anonymity. Anonymity. Suck at saying that every time. I'm just going to say nimity from now on. So main categories, we have privacy and anonymity, security and encryption, VPN service providers and industry, and then we have performance and connectivity. So I'm going to expand each of these in the next sections in a more traditional way that you might be used to when you're looking at a topic map. So this is more like, think of it as a way of double checking and making sure that everything is in there. So I can apply this wherever I want. That's all this is. It covers a lot of the same stuff. Next, we have security and encryption. Once again, you're going to see a lot of the same stuff, but maybe you'll see something new. Threat mitigation, public Wi-Fi security, phishing attacks, okay. Gaming, remote work, journalists, and activists. This is really interesting. So what this just told me in different contexts. So now we have journalists and activists. We can approach it not just from why you would want to use it. We can approach it from who would want to use it. I didn't even consider that. So now, boom. Now you have even more to work with. Future of it, I don't spend too much time in this area, but it is cool to talk about emerging technologies. And once again, if you have the Google News, what do you call that? If you're Google News verified, You can probably write some articles on these emerging technologies, get some good traffic. Next, a lot of the same stuff, and this one's probably the best just like overall map in terms of like consolidated map. So that's it. That's the map. The goal is to cover everything from every angle. Now, don't leave yet because there's one more thing, and I should have mentioned it earlier. So Google Bard, you'll notice there is no search volume. Well, I have something for you. Here's the prompt to use. Make sure you, I'm not going to read it all. Here it is. Here's what it creates. So the first thing is we have FAQs, the US search volume, global search volume, and topic. One of the things that's happening here is, first off, if you didn't know, Google Bard has Keyword Planner, and you can apply that. Now, energy efficiency is taking everything. It's taking too many things. Anything that is in energy efficiency, it's doing. I don't want that. So I did a topic map for a buddy, LED lighting for greenhouses. And I'm taking each little section at a time because there's a limitation with Bard. It doesn't process nearly as much information. It doesn't hold the follow directions nearly as well either. So by adding FAQs, and actually let's keep going. I said I wanted something very specific. I wanted all the context to be applied. So I said, hey, did you follow my instructions? Yes, I did. Basically, I wanted to say, boop, no, you didn't. Then why did you not do this? I literally get sassy sometimes with the AI. So my apologies. Here you go, good sir. Now we have it in the proper context. Sweet. And I said, you didn't add multiple FAQs. Why not? Add them. And now it's adding all the multiple FAQs. Use the same instructions for the following topic map. Continue to do that. Boom. Use the same instructions. Use the same instructions. Great, great, great. And I have this open to show you that the way that Bard works is sometimes before you just write it off and say that the result is crap, what you can do is there's draft 1, 2, and 3. You can click in between them to view them all. So that's it. Afterwards, you can copy it. And now what I have is, here's the topic map. I have all the FAQs, the US search volume, the global search volume, and you can just use that topic map that was created, paste it in there one at a time. So this would be probably, I don't think it could do all these. I'd probably cut this in thirds, maybe that. The reason why you want to use Bard is because there's a limitation with Ahrefs and SEMrush where they're using keywords through a exact match parameter, which means that if you're saying, historical context of VPNs, it's going to say nothing. But there's actual volume there, but you just need more of like a broad match approach, which is what Keyword Planner does. I run Google Ads, and one of the things that I'm grateful for with Google Ads is I can target that kind of thing. I can do broad match, phrase match, or exact match. So next thing is to tell you how I made this. So made this entirely with AI. I developed this process for Content Sprout. It is not live. I still have a version of this in Content Sprout that's very helpful, but I will put this in Content Sprout hopefully by the end of the year, where you will just be able to like that, be done, and you'll have it. It is super quick and easy, and then you can even write content. That is very, very nice. For those that are still here wanting to take a look at something, I have a fun little project that I'm very excited about. I did this for tents. So let's do tents. Great. So here is a outline I did for tents. That's not what I want to show you. What I want to show is the actual article. So this is the article that the AI wrote using Content Sprout as well. So we have, I'll scroll through it real quick. There's bold here. Everything's formatted super well. I'm pumped. I'm not here to advertise much about Content Sprout, but at the end of the videos, I do that a little bit. If you haven't tried it out, give it a try. We are implementing some massive changes soon, so keep that in mind. It's coming out soon. For those that keep asking, there's so many reasons why it was slowed down. We had to switch our development team. There's a new programming language. We had to merge two different things together. We had an earthquake. We had holidays. We had other changes too. So I appreciate everyone. Thank you for all the support. I just reached 10,000 views, which is cool. I only just started this. Keep liking, keep subscribing, share this with people. It makes it super helpful. The more support that I get, I can actually start adding more like editing to this. Once I can edit these, I'll be able to make these more succinct, give you some sound effects, different cuts, no ums, and just make the videos more digestible. If you have anything that you want me to talk about, just comment on these videos. That's all there is to it. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. And until next time, bye.